Good day to you, family friend. Thank you so much for checking me out. I got a few things that I want to talk to you about, but the number one thing I want to talk about is getting stuck and what happens when you get caught in that area where you're unable to feel good about the accomplishments that you want to take place in your life. Whether it is the dieting thing we're talking about, whether it is working on a conversation with our children, whether it is adopting a youth or a group of youth in your community, whether it is relationship problems, getting along with people and the amount of support that you think you're going to need to get this dream accomplished. I want to encourage you that everything that is happening because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Nothing is really easy. And my quote is, even if it were easy, still some would decide not to do it. The hardest thing is to get out of that slump of being lazy and not wanting to do things. I try to account for my time, and I heard an interesting thing yesterday. I'm involved in so many networks of communication and information that I'm shoving into my brain all at the same time. But one of the things that they were talking about, I believe it was on Medium, was the fact that you need to have a log or a journal of the way that you use the time that you use. If you devote this amount of time to television, last night we had playoffs here. I don't know when you're watching this video, but we had playoffs last night. And I found myself in a game I'm really interested in and a sport I'm very interested in. I found myself somewhere in that first quarter. It was like 24-24, and I just couldn't take any more because I really wasn't paying that much attention. It was so much for me to look at, so much for me to learn, so many emails for me to look at. I was just like, I'll catch it the next game or two. So you need to create a journal as to how you're utilizing your time. You need to turn off the television. We talked about that. Turn off the radio. We talked about that. But you also have to realize that your mind is just not going to turn itself off. So while you're reading your book, if you're not reading a book, find your book. If you can't find a book, go online, search a title, go on YouTube. You'll find out some of the things that your creative mind would desire to do is right there at your fingertips in the phone you carry around with you every day, all day. And find yourself a subject matter. And they will connect you with links to other subject matters that relate to the subject that you're interested in. And bombard your space between your ears with information about the direction that you're trying to go. And ask yourself, this is one of the interesting things that I heard from Les Brown, is ask yourself, how would the person that I desire to be handle this particular situation? How would the person that I desire to be do the next step? Because you're going somewhere. We're putting together the roadmap to getting there. And without a roadmap and without a guide, there's no way that you're going to accomplish what it is that you're trying to accomplish or get to where it is you're trying to go. So I caution you and encourage you at the same time. Don't quit. Not on me, not on your family. Don't quit on yourself because we're all relying on you. And I want you to win. And the only way that you're going to win is you're going to have to make the decision that I have to get control of my time. And I have to get control of my mind. And you're going to have to focus more. You're going to have to jot down, hey, I spent this much time doing this. I spent this much time on Facebook. I spent this much time on Twitter. I spent this much time on Instagram. Now, how do you swap that back to self-development, personal development? How do you swap that out with professional development? It's what we were talking about on our other video. So I want to challenge you not to get discouraged. And if you have some missteps, as we all do, don't trip. Get back up and start all over again because you're going to win simply by attempt after attempt after attempt in the direction in which you're trying to go. I challenge you not to give up on yourself, whether it's diet, whether it's family, whether it's community, whether it's job, whether it's creative, whatever it is. I challenge you to continue doing that. Get that book in your hand. If you haven't read for 2 or 3 days, go back a chapter or two so you can bring yourself up to speed of where you were. But don't give up. I know. Where's the happily ever after? Where is the motivation? Where's the drive? It just doesn't come to you. You have to recreate on top of all that poor information and poor instruction and poor habits over an extended period of time. You have to retrain your mind as well as your body to do something new. And it's not gonna go easy. So this is Mr. Tate, Mr. Dad Tate, Arnold Mr. Dad Tate, with the Family Friend Agency Services. It's just trying to remind you, you're still in the game. You're not losing ground as long as you determine to continue the path. Get back at it. Like this video, share this video, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know how it inspired you. Let me know who you shared it with. If you haven't already subscribed, how about subscribing? Make it a great day.